Hey folks, welcome back to Real Estate Investing Unmasked. So today I want to talk about 3 ways to pay down your mortgage much faster. Fast! In reality, it's all pretty much the same way. It's paying more towards your mortgage to accelerate paying it off. However, let me go ahead and show you a couple things here. Let's start off with method number 1. The first method people use is to make one extra payment per year. Now this, from the calculations I've looked at, can range anywhere between 5 years and 9 years off your loan. But I've done several numbers and it looks like it's closer to the 5. So if you make one extra payment per year, you'll knock 5 years off your loan. This is on a 30-year loan. So if my payment is $1,000 a month and I make $13,000 in payments throughout the year, $1,000 every month, but an extra $1,000 sometime during the year, then I'll knock 5 years off my loan and I'll save thousands of dollars in interest. And I don't know how much, because it depends on how much you borrow. Method number 2 is very similar to method number 1. Matter of fact, it's almost identical. This is how this will pay it off a little bit faster than the next one by a couple of months, but that's it. Instead of making just one extra payment per year, just whatever your normal payment is, if your $1,000 a month is your normal payment, instead of doing that, you break that up into 12 equal payments. And instead of breaking it up in, you take the $1,000, you break it up into 12 equal payments, and you split it up over the 12 months. So instead of making one $1,000 payment, you make 1,000. I have to do the math in my head. 85. Yeah, $1,085. So you'd pay $1,085 for each month. An extra $85 a month over 12 months is $1,000. 10 times 85 is 850 plus another bit. Hopefully you get right around there. So if you were to pay $1,085 a month, that would be the same thing as paying $1,000 one time as additional principal throughout the year. This will pay off your mortgage about 5 years faster than normal. Okay? Some people can only make the normal payment every month. So if your payment's $1,000 a month, that's great. Keep making that payment. But another way that you can pay off your mortgage faster through advancing your payments is to take your tax return and slam down that mortgage with the tax return one time per year. So assuming you get, say, a $5,000 tax return, you may cut off about 10 years off your loan, depending on how big your loan is in the first place. That's huge. I was looking at a $300,000 loan, and it would take 10 years off the loan by paying $5,000 one time, once a year. All right, now the payment was not $1,000; it was $1,600 a month for a $300,000 loan at 5% interest. Okay, so paying $5,000 extra a year, that's a tax return. I don't get that much as a tax return, but there are some people that do. I try to make as little as possible back as a tax return, and so I would never get this. I do get a bonus where I work that would help, and that would be the same idea if you get a bonus. That all was the first method. The second method is the debt snowball, and that is I wipe out my debt, I take the payment that I would normally put toward my debt, and I slam it down onto my mortgage. I don't get used to the extra money after I pay off the debt. I don't change my lifestyle. Instead, I roll it, make it bigger, and attack that mortgage. If I do that, I can have that mortgage paid off in 5 to 7 years. It is phenomenal. Now, obviously, that depends on how much income you have, extra income you have every month. People that are able to pay an additional $1,000 or $2,000 a month are obviously going to be better off than people who can only pay $100 or $200 extra dollars a month. So that small snowball is method number 2. Method number 3, refinance your loan to a loan that's smaller. So instead of a 30-year loan, go for a 15-year loan or go for a 10-year loan. Your payment will go up. From a 30-year loan to a 15-year loan, there is a benefit though. Each one of these will be a lower interest rate. Because it's a lower interest rate, you're paying less in interest, but you're paying a higher payment. So if this 30-year loan was at $1,600 a month, this 15-year loan may be as high as $2,200 a month. Okay? So if you don't have the discipline to make this payment, make this payment while you have this loan, then refinance your loan and force yourself into it. So that's another way that you can pay this off faster. Guys, I have a video I'm going to be doing very soon on how somebody who is on minimum wage, working a part-time job, 30 hours a week, can actually become a millionaire. That's my plan for my next video. Now, I went through this pretty fast. If you have questions about this, I can break it down further for you, but those are 3 quick methods: making extra payments, just standard extra payments make it consistent. You can debt snowball it and just slam the snot out of that mortgage and have it paid off in 5 to 7 years, or refinance it and have it paid off sooner. Those are the 3 methods for paying off your mortgage faster. If you have other methods, please go ahead and note it down below. There have been people that said, oh, you can take a line of credit, you can borrow from the line of credit, pay them a percentage in interest, and put that line of credit onto the mortgage to pay it down faster. But then you have a line of credit payment you have to make. Just make the extra payments, and then you'll be fine. It's essentially doing this debt snowball. If you just take your extra payments and put it like it's a debt snowball, whatever you have in your bank account at the end of the month, minus your emergency fund, acts as a debt snowball. That will pay off your mortgage faster than if you try to get a line of credit and pay off your mortgage. I have another video where I've already discussed that, where there was a fellow YouTuber that was explaining that method. And while I appreciate it and I think it's great that we're teaching people how to pay off their mortgages faster, we should never try to encourage somebody to borrow money to help pay down another loan. That doesn't make sense. The only time it would make sense at all is if the interest rate for the line of credit is lower than the interest rate for the mortgage. However, you're taking on risk that you might have some issues there. So you don't want to take on additional risk when you're trying to get rid of all the debt in your life. So once again, I'm making a video on how somebody on minimum wage in California can stay with their family for a little while, hold on to their savings, buy a property outright, live in it, and become a millionaire by the age of, I think it was 55. Anyway, I'll show that to you in my next video. If you have any questions, please comment down below and subscribe. That's how I get paid for showing you this stuff.